I'm going to be honest with you. Something has been bothering me for a while. It's the kind of thing you don't notice at first because it hides behind familiar language. I'm talking about the terminology the United States has spread across the globe through political speeches, diplomacy, media, and even entertainment. Words like terrorism, threat to global security, civilization, Middle East, and many others that have become part of our everyday vocabulary without us ever questioning who created them, why, and what they reinforce. These terms aren't neutral. They reflect the unilateral worldview of the United States and the West more broadly. And when they're repeated and normalized, they quietly reshape how the world interprets conflict, legitimacy, violence, and identity. This isn't simply about language. It's about power. Words carry ideological weight, and in the hands of superpowers, that weight becomes a political instrument. Take terrorism, for example. It's applied selectively and casually by the West, depending on the situation. Entire communities resisting occupation or defending their land can be branded terrorists, while far more destructive forces are spared the label. This selective usage doesn't just distort meaning, it rewrites realities on the ground and determines whose suffering is acknowledged and whose is dismissed. The same happens with the phrase threat to global security. On the surface, it sounds objective, something any responsible nation would be concerned about. But history shows that those invoking this term, the loudest, have carried out invasions, regime changes, and military interventions across continents. The phrase becomes a rhetorical shield, allowing powerful states to justify their own actions as necessary for world peace, while portraying others as existential dangers. Even the word civilization has been distorted. Instead of describing human cultural advancements, it's often used to elevate Western norms as the universal standard, labeling anything outside that framework as backward or uncivilized. This mindset doesn't just simplify history, it erases it. It ignores the civilizations that flourished long before modern Western states existed, and it downplays the violence used to achieve imperial expansionism in the first place. And then there is Middle East, a term that shouldn't exist outside a Western map. It reduces a vast region of cultures, languages, and histories into a single geopolitical label defined by conflict and instability. It's a perspective that makes sense only from Europe, yet it's become a global standard, shaping how entire populations are perceived. These terms don't just describe the world, they rearrange it. They frame whose actions are justified, whose identities matter, and whose narratives get erased. When repeated mindlessly, they impose a one-sided and unjust understanding of global politics. The real issue isn't the vocabulary itself, it's the worldview embedded within it. Language becomes a tool to normalize superiority, one group defining reality for everyone else.